What's up, guys? Ricky here with another review on the McFarlane Toy Spawn Reaper action figure. And let's take a closer look here. So cool textures and details per usual from McFarlane. However, this figure needs something else. So let's look through it real quick. So I said this in the reveal. It looks like a football. It does look like a football. I don't know why. That's what I see. So it looks here. So they just did brown. Even though, right, like, I'm not sure why they went with brown. I guess it's like that in some of the imagery, but I don't know. Black wash will look better though, so we'll definitely do that on it, and it'll look good. But you have some white here, so kind of painted over the top there. Have some black that's also kind of stamped over the top or painted over the top as well. You have the shoulder blades here that are kind of like this kind of creamish white color. Same thing, some black wash would really bring out those details. You have a helmet there that's just kind of a glossy color, not bad. And then the gold, yeah, not a fan of the gold, so they just went with the plain plastic gold. So this is like the same plastic that they use like on like a lot of the Marvel Legends that I'm not a huge fan of, because it doesn't look like metal, right? So same thing, black wash will make that look better, and we could probably touch it up with some silver or even some extra gold just to make it look good. So, but I'll have a customization on this one for sure, just to show you the differences. So yeah. So, I mean, per usual, like, the textures and details are great. It just really needs that black wash or a dry brushing of some type just to make it differentiate from the rest. So looks like we have some wings back there, just solid black. Looks like we have a weapon here as well, which looks really good. And then comes with some extra hands. So cool. So that's what it looks like in the front. Okay, side, back. And you can see here on the back, so it is kind of that tone. But it almost has like a, I don't know, I guess it doesn't have a purple hue to it. I guess that looks about right. Like I said, black wash just look better. So you got that, and then you have the same imagery on the side there. Cool. So let's open this up and see what we're looking at. Okay, here is Reaper out of the package. And yeah, I mean, I'm very underwhelmed by this figure. So I'll tell you some of the details and what I noticed, but I'm still not concerned for the fact that the customization, like I said, even the black wash and stuff is going to make it look way better. And I'll do a few other things to it too, not just black wash, a few paints and stuff, and we'll make this look like an amazing figure. But just out of the package, like I said in the package, the textures are great, details great, paint application's not very good, clearly, right? It's just kind of plain gold plastic, just plain colors, and it kind of looks like it was just kind of all like a figure that was just kind of mixed all together, right? No cohesiveness. The wings, to let you know, even though they look just like the ones from Redeemer, they are made of a different material. So they're not like that rubberish type material. They're actually like a really cheap plastic. So yeah, not even good there. And I thought they would have just used the same mold and stuff. That would have made sense, but they decided to do something different. And then the weapon there, the scythe, is also extremely flimsy, more so than normal. So like I said, if you're just going to kind of have this as a standard figure, yeah, not super sold on it. However, with the right customization, you can make it look pretty good. So real quick, let's get into the articulation. We'll do a size comparison, and then we'll, you know, talk my final thoughts. Okay, here we go. So the head goes up about that far, down about that far. You got a head tilt and rotation. Arms go up about 90 degrees, so not too bad. You have double jointed elbows, and you have wrist articulation. Now this is pretty crazy. So this is probably the most back articulation I've ever seen. You ready? Okay. So you got a limbo master here. So it pops open so far you can actually kind of see the inner workings here. The only funny thing is, though, it doesn't actually rotate forward that much. So you get about that much rotation forward, so not too much. You do get, obviously, side to side, and some good rotation. Legs go up almost, you can get them almost 90 degrees. Goes up 90 degrees here. You got double jointed knees, which is nice. Now, tricky thing is be careful, these spikes are actually pretty sharp. And then you have ankle pivot, articulation, and toe articulation. Cool. So overall, the articulation's not terrible on this one. Not the best articulation I've seen, but not too bad overall. Okay, so here is the entire wave, right? So we got the first three quite a bit ago, and then I remember wondering, are they going to make the next two? And sure enough, they did. So I assume maybe there was some type of manufacturing delays or something like that, and that's why they split up the wave. But here they're all next to each other. So as you can see, we have Reaper to the left, we have Disruptor to the right. To the far right, we have Medieval Spawn, and to the far left, we have Sin, and in the very back, we have Monolith. And I'd say out of this group, I'd say those two are probably the weakest out of the wave in my opinion, the two new ones. However, even the Medieval Spawn looked a little incomplete, but it's still overall the base figure is really, really nice. But yeah, so here let's take a look at size. So it looks like Reaper stands about 7.5 inches. Disruptor stands also about 7.5 inches tall. So it looks like they both stand a little bit short of the Medieval Spawn, who stands about a quarter of a head taller. Looks like Sin stands exactly the same height. And then Monolith, of course, towers in the back. So like I said, after I customize these ones, it's going to look really good with this wave, because I did customize the Medieval Spawn. You can see, you know, the gauntlet there and the boot and all those things. Did customize that. And I did customize Monolith too. But overall, I think as far as scale goes, it fits in just fine. So yeah. So maybe what I'll do for another video is I'll post one with the different waves kind of back to back, just so we can kind of see what those look like. So because I think this is the 5th wave, which is pretty cool. So cool. So let's get into final thoughts. Okay, final thoughts on final thoughts on Reaper. I'd say if you're a customizer, because it's only 25 bucks, I'd say get it. I think it's a good base and a good platform for something that you can make that's going to turn out pretty special. However, if you are not a customizer, I'd say you can probably pass on this one. I just think it's pretty plain. Pretty plain. The articulation's just okay. And yeah, just hard to say. There's not a whole lot to it. Unless you're a Reaper fan. If you're a Reaper fan, then go for it. But if you're just kind of trying to collect, I'd say if you're going to skip on a Spawn figure, this might be the one to skip on. But like I said, stay tuned for the customization video, because I'm going to customize it and I'll guarantee it's going to look really, really good. So it's got definitely a lot of potential, and that's why I'm not a huge fan of it. Like if it didn't have potential and it was just bad, it'd just be bad. But the fact that it's got all these textures and details and has potential to be an awesome figure just is a little frustrating, right? So, but yeah, overall, yeah. So yeah, so thank you all for supporting the channel. I kind of ran out of things to say. Thank you. Looks like we're getting close to 2,000 subscribers, so thank you all so much for supporting. Like, subscribe, and I will catch you all in the next video.